All right, we are back on this Western Star here today. If you didn't follow along in the last video, we ended up putting a Reman differential into this truck along with new brake canisters, bearings, and what have you. And we also noticed that this fifth wheel had a couple of cracks in it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull that. We took the plate itself off, and I was just going to put a new plate on there, but I wanted one that was a little taller. So I've got a new one sitting over there on the ground. We're going to get that unbolted, get that lifted off, and get the new one setting in place. The boys are going to work on this frac tank, so we'll have some footage of that getting worked on. They've got to replace a T-valve on it, and then the other thing that we have to do is work on this older 624 payloader. We've got a windshield to put in it. Tire came down against the window on that quite a while ago, so that's mucho cracked. And we have to look at this hydraulic fan drive motor. It's leaking. A new one's like $2,100. They didn't have anything in stock, and we have steering cylinders to rebuild on this. The steering is fading, and we'll show you that when we get this pulled in the shop. This is the fifth wheel plate that came off of the Western Star. It's cracked on each side here, and then it's also cracked right there and right there. So that is junk, and we've got a new one sitting over here that we're going to put in place of what was on that truck. This one's quite a bit taller than what was on there, and this will allow us to be able to run a different fender to leave on the truck for when we put flotation tires on. So Andrew's got that Western Star cleaned off. We're going to get that unbolted and get that one on there, and then work on the payloader. So we'll join up with you guys in a little while here. I know some of you, another thing that's going to get worked on here is this 900. Jared took the transmission out of this the other day. The high-low synchronizers weren't the greatest in it. It would grind going between high and low. It was a problem that we had here since last fall. So he has a Reman transmission that's going to go into this. He's got a new clutch in there, and he wanted to change the transmission housing. So this transmission housing here will accept the halo, and they claim that you get better longevity out of the 18 speeds with that style halo on there. It helps lubricate things in the transmission. We sent these drive shafts out. We had a carrier put on the one end, and we had to put a new yoke, slide yoke, on the other end. The spots where the U-joints went in were a little wallered. So we got a couple $1,000 sitting right there. I think that was like $500. The fifth wheel plate for that truck was $1,900. The differential was $3,100 or something like that. So we're putting a pile of money into these older trucks just because it's considered a wear and tear. So we'll get after it here. Just getting ready to grab the bucket.
Jared wanted me to run that little room over before we get doing too much, but if you want to do this, we can. I'll have to go up and get the straps out of that. Hold on. There's Tim, I have the strap. On the back of that forklift.
I told him how to do it. What you're going to want to do is go down in there.
Barely able to pick that up. It's so cramped up. Small.
Oh, really? After it was up in the air, what did it feel like?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is this going to work? I'm only going to take one mixer at a time. I'm not going to do the other mixer now. We'll see what that one brings. Yeah. How much was that? What? This was 5,500. It was 35 for the top and 2 for the bottom. How much was it? 1,900. Hey Tim! My borderline need one for the Mac. I need mine for this one. Hey, do you think you can get next to cuffs, in the cuffs, alongside of cuffs with the lowboy and walk in there? Or Get in
Oh,
there.
airplane?
Jared, he's going to Whitesmith. We're scrapping that bit.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
But he's going.
Andrew.
Richard wants those to come back on the tractor, on the trailer. What to come back? The tractor? Tractors. Okay. We need an 8-inch nipple. Okay. We need that. We could probably get that box in there. But once we get that in there, we gotta have a nipple so we can do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of room out there. You guys in there turn around.
Yeah, that parking lot's pretty big. Okay, perfect.
In the new place, the old place.
You know what I mean by the 8-inch nipple? You've seen those before.
Just a
Steel
straight one? The
nipple
apple
that-
one?
Yeah, just a straight. No, just a straight, just the nipple, 8-inch.
Okay, you'll weld it down or whatever.
Yeah, a weld-on nipple. You can go in there and look at what you want. One of these.
It's a fire-
White
it's a fire
Wide, down there, yeah.
It's all.
Hopefully they don't
fucking
make that big
smashed.
like that.
Hey, what about those conveyors? What about those conveyors over to Cummins?
That's your
Yeah.
problem.
What about there's a Ford in there too?
Hey. Pristine piece of equipment.
I wonder what the Mercedes would bring.
No, I wanna buy that.
Some Mennonite would definitely buy it.
Oh, yeah.
They'd love it.
Mennonite Mafia. Right? Mennonite Mafia.
It's got all the stickers on it. Some Mennonite kid showing up to some guy's place to bag silo.
I think if we could figure out how to get our work done so we weren't doing a million things in the winter, that thing would be so cool to fuck with. We could put all kinds of turbos on it and shit.
What is that, a 4-cylinder or 6?
5.
5, okay.
Big one.
Inline 5.
Ooh, funky.
With a Bosch injection pump like a 12 valve would have on it.
That's gonna be my.
An
They were at
inline
the top of the line back in the day.
inline injection pump like the 4450. Oh, this is well, I gotta get back to work then.
3 holes.
I would take the telehandler and put it just like you did, but that thing's gonna kick once you let it go, one way or the other, and you almost want to have that telehandler like pushed against it and also chained to it. So what did he want to do?
He said he was bringing 79 and 79
Lift the
he's got to take care of both.
put a block or
That's what he said. He said that
Come in with the telehandler all the way? Because the telehandler hit something else before it hit.
How's 3 of them going to get back in the truck? Take the C5.
Oh, just put the fucking mixer on there and unload it with the tractor with the box.
Yeah, that would actually work.
What's that? Put the mixer on the trailer and unload the trailer with the tractor. Yeah, that would be really cool. I don't know how tall it would be. Yeah, we can do that. Would you tall?
Him driving up.
How did he load down there? Did he want to do it all cattywampus?
No, he didn't do it the way you were talking, but he pulled up to the bump. I was able to just back up and set it up.
What do you think the John Deere truck? All right, we've got that on there. Sarah and Andrew need this bay, so we've got to get some bolts in there. We'll get the bolts in and we will move to our next job here. We need to get out of their way. We've got, I don't know if I'm going to take the air hose off of that lock system or if I'm going to get a new one, but I've got to hook up an air hose to that locking mechanism because this is a sliding fifth wheel, and this fifth wheel here is the tallest one that you can get. It is 9.5 inches from the frame to the top of the plate. So we'll have to get some grease on this, grease the points here. And then we can wrap this job up here. So we'll get this thing out of the way so they can get in here. Yeah, it's just about got this tranny ready to roll into place. It's got the transmission housing on there. Clutch kit is put into it. He's just about ready to roll it in there. So we've got this 624 loader in here. We need to pull this hydraulic motor off. That drives the fan, and we need to disassemble it and put a new rebuild kit in it. It's leaking. It's not really available from John Deere, and it's $2,100 if they were to put it into production again. Andrew and Sarah are changing oil on this Freightliner, so we'll see how they deal with that and kind of keep an eye on them here at the same time.
trailer, a white mixer.
Yeah.
So it's all hooked up, all we gotta do is find a place, you know, get someplace flat, stack the wheels on the trailer so it don't run away.
Gotta measure it.
Were you worried about height or a little bit of both?
Height.
Height? Okay.
So I don't know what, you know.
We'll see where we're at. You know,
Yeah.
with the rubber on it, it might be a little higher than it should be.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Alright, so we've got this motor off of there. Now we just got to clean this motor up, take it apart, and replace the pieces in it and the O-rings that need replaced. that was new battery put in there, but it needs to crank faster than what it is. Other than that, I pulled the tube out, everything else, took it all apart, blew it. So I was kind of talking with Jake about that, make sure there's nothing else to look for. And he goes, it's either with a pump, it's either works or it does it, and of course it does work.
charger and go back up there in about 10 minutes, let it charge and hope for the best, I guess.
You got a good connection on your,
Yeah, on the battery itself.
This truck won't turn over.
it won't turn over. Probably needs a battery charger on it.
Oh no, it won't. It'll turn over.
Crank.
It won't crank.
The fire.